AFTERBUZZ TV Network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment. The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's American Idol After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's American Idol After Show.
I can feel the energy. What's going on, AFTERBUZZ TV Nation? Bing is for doing.
Excuse me?
Actually, I'm in the middle of something right now.
Yeah, maybe because you forgot to pick me up from the airport 2 weeks ago. And last week I had the Bulgarian cold. But tonight, AFTERBUZZ TV Nation, I am back.
JC Rubio!
We are back. All right.
Woo.
As Mark so well put, Bing is for doing it. We're about to do another after show on AFTERBUZZ TV. This is American Idol Season 12, Episode 24. I'm JC, and before we go any further, let us introduce our wonderful panel of hosts, starting with someone new to my right. Please introduce yourself to the AFTERBUZZ TV Nation.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Giorgi. Very happy to be here.
Well, let's give her a round of applause. Stephanie Giorgi. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ.
Thank you, thank you.
And across the table.
Hi, everyone. Violet Kanian.
And I am Mark E. Allen. Don't interrupt me, JC. JC Rubio TV.
We're going to save that for the end of the show.
I'm just saying, it's TV time.
Okay.
American Idol.
All right.
Woo!
And no show would be complete without, I think I said it a few weeks ago, that's right, the master of disaster, the king of sting, the Count of Monte Fisto, the one, the only, the part-time model himself, Mr. Martin Baez.
What's up? Oh, crowd not liking me today.
Mixed decisions in the crowd.
No, it is great to be back. I missed you guys, and there's a lot to talk about on tonight's show. And first off, we find out that Randy likes Fringe, of course. And today you're going to learn that there's a guy, a male contestant, that says it's obvious a woman's going to win.
Really?
Yes, and we're also going to learn that there might have been a kind of white guy with a guitar on this episode. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on this. I just found out right before we went in, but
A kind of white guy.
yes,
Okay.
you're going to find out tonight. All right, so let's quickly talk 90 seconds. Impressions of tonight's episode. Ready? And there's a reason why I'm asking tonight, because our lovely Mark Allen was actually at Idol tonight.
Yes, great show. Very interesting to see it live. For the first time actually being there for an Idol show. I went to Idol Gives Back a couple years ago when Elton John performed and stuff, so that was really cool. But, yeah, it was definitely, it changed my perspective on a lot of things.
Really? So do we see what you see live? Is there a big difference?
There's a pretty big difference, yeah. It definitely, like, the studios was a lot smaller than I thought, just like perception wise, and yeah, the performance and like the sound quality and stuff, it's very interesting.
Okay, anyone disagree? Agree? Since unfortunately we saw it on TV.
Yeah.
I've actually been to a few tapings, not this season, unfortunately. But I totally agree. It's a whole different sound when you're watching it on TV. And each time that I've gone home and have watched it again, just so I can see the full performance.
Okay, so what did you think about tonight?
Tonight I thought was good. I don't know if anyone was like fantastic.
Okay.
I want to say, but we'll get into that later.
All right. And Stephanie, what did you think overall from what you saw with Idol tonight? Anyone stand out?
No, it was good. That was actually exactly what I was going to say, was that no one really did, which usually I like it. And I'm someone who I guess you can say very little impresses me, but nothing extreme. Right, there you go. Okay, but no, not really. I mean, I did like, I liked.
Well, we're gonna save that for later. You can tell us who you like a little bit later. But as we always do every week, since we're not here on Thursdays, we start with a little small recap. And that is, we said goodbye to Somos Novios.
Yes, and I think that's why, man. If he would have sang in Spanish, we were waiting for it, and I think people got sick of it.
Devin.
Yeah, Devin was gone.
Velez.
Yeah, it was. I called
And Mark called it,
yeah.
So props for Mark.
Yeah, thanks.
I think we did too. The chat rolls, because I watched you guys. I was sick. I couldn't see it, but I had to watch you guys. Come on, you kidding me? And the chat roll was all saying Devin and Lazaro, what's going on there? And Jimmy agreed. Jimmy wanted Lazaro. He picked Lazaro to go home, but unfortunately, Devin left and Mariah cried. Mm-hmm. So obviously, I think Mariah wanted to use the save on Devin.
Yes.
You know,
most of them did, right?
Yeah, and I think that it might have been Nicki Minaj who didn't, because she was the only one sitting and just like, okay, whatever.
See, Violet, you brought that up for a great reason, because actually, one of the things that happened, there was a Twitter war. There was a huge war between Nicki and actually Devin. Yes, it was bad. I'm going to pull. I'm serious. It was. Let me see if I can pull up the tweets.
This is juicy stuff.
Okay, after he was eliminated, they give out an exit interview, of course, but Devin actually, he was not too keen the way Nicki criticized the trio. He thought at first the criticism was valid, but the second half of the criticism was just god-awful, and he did not agree with it. And Nicki just went on to Twitter, and they just kind of went at each other all week. Oh. And I'm going to read you just a couple of the tweets, actually, from Miss Minaj.
Ooh.
She actually said, send the judges some flowers and a card, okay? If Curtis didn't get saved, none of you get saved. Best male voice this season. # Truth T.
Oh.
Whoa.
Ooh, with that attitude.
That's crazy.
Whoa. Okay. So that means she's not going to agree for anybody.
I disagree. I think with Bernell is the only one that I can say. Out of the males, obviously, now that we're down to the two. But, I mean, Curtis did have a crazy great voice. And I think overall, I think maybe Bernell is starting to surface and have a great voice now. But I think Curtis definitely did have the best guy voice at one time.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, they went at it, but he actually went to Twitter and actually said he was very grateful for his experience on Idol. So,
Of course he did.
And he was there tonight, too, by the way. He was in the stands.
Oh, Devin was?
Yeah.
They didn't show that.
Who'd you run into tonight, actually?
Yeah, Joshua Ledette was there, like we saw. They were sitting in front of me. And Holly Kavanaugh?
Holly Kavanaugh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool to see them there too. Yeah, then all the people we see on the show, like Nick Cooper, who's the vocal coach. Yeah, so a lot of really good people.
Wow, so great. So we're gonna see if we agree or disagree, because you actually came in towards the end of us watching it. So it's gonna be neat to see how we agree or disagree tonight. So
Definitely.
Let's get into tonight.
Let's do it.
All right, tonight was Rock Week. Rock me. Did they rock you guys tonight?
Rock me.
The effort was there. It was cool.
It's so hard, man. It's so
Why is
hard. All right, with American Idol and what they're doing, and like next week is, I think, Diana Ross, they said too, right?
Whoa.
But they're doing these old like doing rock, all these songs that these kids have never really even heard before, and it's hard for them to adapt. There's like, I think part of it has to do with like the people that started American Idol with Nigel and those guys. Like they have these ideas, and it's hard to kind of to the younger demographic to even get it and grasp it. And I don't know if that's why it's hurting the numbers a little bit this year or what. But a lot of the stuff they do over and over again, it's hard.
Well, here's the thing. Actually, next week or the week, then it's the week after, they're doing a thing where you can tweet what the theme is going to be.
See, that's cool.
I thought it was going to be next week, but you're saying it's Diana Ross.
I think it might be Diana Ross.
Yeah, the fans are going to be able to tweet what the theme should be.
Cool.
And this actually goes into another interview that Devin gave, and that was that he would like to see a Pink week, Justin Bieber week, something more contemporary to see what they do. Like, let's say Amber, those type, that she's young. She doesn't need to be singing, I Love Heart, and we'll get into how we think she did, but, those are challenges for them. So something more contemporary. But, okay, what do you guys think? No slow songs tonight. Because they've been singing ballads all season. So let's start off with Bernell. What'd you think about Shot Through the Heart by Bon Jovi?
Can I just start off by saying that I will always remember Blake Lewis's performance of "Shot Through the You Give Love a Bad Name,"
Shot Through the Heart, right.
Whatever it's called. Sorry, Bon Jovi. He did the
beatbox?
The beatboxing mixed with it, and that just was awesome. So I'll always think back to that. But now on Bernell, I thought he was okay. I completely agreed with the judges that he didn't look comfortable on the stage. He just didn't look like he had any stage presence. He was just kind of there, kind of getting through it. So I wasn't too impressed with Bernell.
Anyone disagree or?
I liked his voice was good. I mean, I guess you're right by that because that wasn't what caught me, like what Nikki kept saying, like every time that something was boring to her. But no, I mean, I could dig it. You know, it kind of got me more into it. So anything that's gonna really like get me more.
Yeah, you were talking about you liked the tone of his voice.
Yeah, no, it sounded good right away because it's kind of like if I wasn't looking at the screen or on stage, and it would make me look back to be like, oh, who's that? Because it was a cool voice.
It captures you. Okay.
Exactly.
He does have that tone. So, okay, what was it live? Were we spot on? Because I agree with Violet. Absolutely. I thought he just looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, totally. His voice was great, and he did look a lot really uncomfortable. But the thing about it, like being live there and seeing like their nerves in between, because they did like the thing with the whole group right before, and everybody else left, and you kind of saw him kind of wandering around and waiting for his chance to go up. So you could definitely feel the nerves there, and when he was actually performing. Just that being uncomfortable on stage, you could definitely read that. In his next performance, which we'll talk about in a second, it definitely changed. But his voice sounded great and went great with the rock theme. Just the fact that he was uncomfortable on stage just throws you off.
And he was also a beat behind on every single lyric, so that kind of threw me off with the song.
And that's Bernell.
Yeah.
I don't know, he tends.
I think that's a style choice. I think where he was very smart was the fact that him and all the package material tonight that they did about each other. He was the one that I felt like shined the most. Like he was the funniest. He was the one that was being flirtatious, and he's the one. So I think that's when you get to learn about the contestant, and that's what.
He was charming.
Yes.
He was absolutely charming.
It's part personality idol. So, well then let's dig in. We're just going in chronological order tonight, guys, because we have duets, trios, solos. I mean, come on. So, first duet, Lazaro and Angie. What'd you think, Vio?
I liked it. I mean,
of course you did.
Okay.
You love Lazaro.
I do love my Lazzy, but he wasn't as bad as we've seen him with, the past trio. But I kind of feel like the producers put him with Angie to make Angie shine because she hasn't been doing her best lately. So I feel like that was kind of on purpose.
I don't agree with that.
And of course, Angie did shine. And of course you don't agree, Mark, Mr. Angie's #1 fan. But yeah. I think Angie was amazing. Her voice was really, really good, and it was so perfect for the song. And Lazaro, he did okay. He stayed with it. Missed the lyric.
Most of the time. I don't know. I felt. It was a weird dynamic having them up there, but I definitely felt like she held her own, or held them both up most of the time. He wasn't bad towards the end, and that's one thing that he said too. But it's very interesting to see him do anything with anybody else, because by himself, I feel like he's getting better each week now that he's kind of learning himself. But when he is forced to do a performance with somebody else, it's always like he's always gonna get outshined.
So you're telling me he's one of the top 7 singers on TV in this competition? Not all at the same time.
I'm gonna say no. And you know what? I've been really rooting for him, but with last week, going back to that, I didn't think Devin deserved to go home based on voice, and definitely Lazaro deserved to go home. But hopefully he'll prove us wrong. So.
Yeah, we'll get it because he forgot a lyric again. Yes. I mean, we loved him from the beginning, but it's just like we're down to 7. It's a singing competition. We want a recording artist. I don't want him to get lost in the shuffle like previous champions. Let's say Lee DeWise. Where's Lee DeWise? Gone.
Just got married.
Oh, look.
She knows.
She knows.
And that's what's great. Like our YouTube, people that watched it on YouTube were commenting about that too. And it seems like there's this uproar about him still being there, and the fact that his story kind of keeps pushing him, and he's built this great fan base. So I feel like half the voters are for him, and the other half are totally against him, which is kind of unfortunate. And I think he kind of knows that too. So going out there to perform has got to be kind of nerve-wracking, because you know that a lot of people feel like you don't belong there. So I think it was a good idea for his solo song, what he did.
And look, even fans are talking about it right now in the chat room. We have Taylor, who's saying, how is he going to do a tour this summer? Literally night in and night out, you know, and there's going to be up-tempo songs. There's going to be, unless they're just going to give him songs that are his strong suit, because we know he gravitates to the low, you know, like the lower register and whatnot.
How's he going to dance?
I don't know. I've not. Why?
He won't.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling him.
Does he not dance, or?
He's not, I don't know. From what we saw in the trio, he totally lost it.
I'm not saying anything. I'm leaving that one alone. Okay, we've spent way too much time on the duets.
Yeah.
Let's get to Kree. Kree Nation. Freedom. All right, what do we think of... She's probably one of the front runners so far this season. She belts it out every week. Did she do it tonight?
Yeah.
Oh man, she killed
Absolutely.
it. I thought she did. She did. Like, she just has something cool to her too. Like, you can dig her. I like the way she chooses to sing some of her songs also, because sometimes I feel like they're, you know, they stick to making sure that they're hitting their keys correctly, but like she feels it, and you can tell when she does it. So she's gonna sing it the way she would in her shower, right on stage in front of everybody else. And
Definitely.
and it looks so good on her, and just, I don't know, like, she gives up that vibe too. Like, yeah, I'm bad, but
I love it. I love it. I totally agree. And yeah, and she definitely threw personality into this performance. It was, you know, little head movements, and she had a pinched nerve and all, and I would have never guessed. I thought, like Keith Urban thought, the shoes might have, because she was a little not stable. But yeah, love.
Yeah, and I think also the fact that they showed how loving she is, and how she, you know, I talked to some of the people on set today too, and they were saying how, like, that's her. She knows everybody's name. She's, you know, very loving and caring, ironing people's shirts, all that stuff. And
stuff.
yeah, but it's so cool that you can, you know, you want to be a part of someone's career like that, because you want to root for somebody that does well, and especially when she's so effortless on stage and was just amazing. Yeah, she's great.
Could that hurt her though?
No.
Because, hold on, hear me out, because we love her, we think she's great, and she's saying, actually, this was one of my favorite songs from last season, because I believe it was Elise Testone who sang it as well. It was Janis Joplin, I believe. Let me know if I'm wrong, chat roll guys, they'll let us know if we're speaking the truth. But could we just get used to, she makes it look effortless. So could that create a lull, where we just say, you know, oh, Kree's Kree, she's really good, and we might not devalue, but we might underappreciate her.
Yeah, I feel that way about Candice. With Kree, maybe it's because I underestimated her before, but I asked 3 people tonight. I only asked 3 people who their favorite was, and guess how many of them said Kree?
3.
No, none of them said. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, they all. No, they all said that Kree, and that's. I mean, you guys were kind of pushing her before, and I was like, oh yeah, she's all right. But now that I'm starting to see, like, everybody is on Team Kree. They want to buy one, get one Kree every time. And I just...
Wow.
Which is good. I think the effortless part helps her, because I think some of us who, like, we all know American Idol for how many years now, so we all know that everyone's trying to do the same thing, and then when someone comes out, like, with the raw talent, effortless, it's easier to like them, because they're not, like, putting on a show. It's like, yeah, because it's there.
Yeah.
So
Kelly
it's
Clarkson.
naturally going to happen. Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
I'm the lowly man on an island here, and I'm with the chat roll, because I'm looking at even Lions fan. He's saying that he didn't buy Kree tonight.
Whoa.
And I love Kree. I do, but I'm just telling you, we're going to get into someone who I think might take her spot, and it's a shock, because it looks like they may want it more. It's a fire that I'm noticing. I don't know if Kree's coasting, because Kree's awesome. She just makes it look so easy, and I think America might just kind of go, I'm serious. I'm just bringing that up. Just food for thought.
I think I may
Not
know
hungry.
who you're talking about.
Ooh, okay. So, well, I can't wait to get to her then. So let's move along to Candice and Bernell, the letter.
Ugh.
Really?
Yeah.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And Bernell was so good in this, and I'm so glad he was good, because he completely and utterly redeemed himself. And agreeing with what Mark said a little bit ago, I feel like Candice is Candice, and she's and she's just really good. And I mean, there isn't much to say about her anymore. She's just good. She is who she is.
And them together too was awesome.
Yeah.
Like what they had
great.
said also that because they have chemistry, that friendship out.
Yes.
You know, so that's why it worked because they were on stage and like, yeah, it's my homie on stage. So
Yeah.
let's just sing together and feel it together, and they did it well.
So it's like the big brother and little.
Yeah.
I mean,
And because
I forget who's older.
because you know each other, and it's one of those
Candice.
things where you need to be able to read the other person, so it helps.
Man, I'm Simon tonight. I am the Simon.
Everyone loves Simon though.
Okay, to me it almost seemed like Bernell was singing, and I love Bernell. He's my favorite guy. I just thought maybe Candice overpowered him. Candice was, but you're supposed to be at the same level, Violet, and I just think he was almost like, I don't want to say he was her backup, like a background singer,
But he was like a featuring.
Whoever you put next to Candice is gonna be a backup singer.
Yeah.
Whoever you put. I'm sorry. I'm even gonna say if you put Amber next to Candice, she's gonna be a backup singer. That's just how good Candice is.
So then, is that our winner? I mean, is it done deal?
You can't say that because you never know how America's gonna vote.
I think that's where you get the lull factor, I think, with
Yes,
Candice,
yes,
because
yes.
she is so brilliant every week. And it's always like, yeah, who's your favorite? It's like, you know, like you say who your favorite is, and they're like, oh, I mean, Candice is amazing. But yeah, no, I like Kree better. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I felt like they worked off each other great.
Okay. Fair enough.
But if you hate Bernell,
It's just an opinion. I do
Yeah.
not hate Bernell. Absolutely.
Throwing him to the wolves.
Back me up, Stephanie. No, I do not
I
hate
hate him too.
Let us hire this girl. Okay, she is part of the AfterBuzz family. Absolutely. No, it's just something I noticed. It's just Candice is just so powerful that you know it's hard to just match her. Like I would have to see like Jessica Sanchez and Candice do a duet. That would be a battle. That
I
would.
like that.
doesn't have to be a battle. You can he can be the fullback while she's got the ball running.
Right.
Football analogies on
Okay.
Idol.
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
And then he dunks it when she passes it to him.
Oh,
I like that.
all right, welcome to the all sports edition of American Idol AfterBuzz. Speaking of, this has nothing to do with the segue, but let's move on to Janelle, our little country.
Janelle.
She's so cute.
She's adorable. I freaking love her.
Oh my gosh.
She's a marshmallow. She really is.
You guys all sound like Nicki Minaj now.
Right? And is this who you were talking about?
Why don't you go out there? Be with your
Oh yeah, what'd you
conviction.
say? Yeah, what was
Is
it?
this who you were talking about?
I don't know.
To take over with Kree?
Absolutely.
Take over Kree? Yes. I totally feel it in her performances. She's getting better and better every single week. She's blowing us all away. She's amazing.
That is what I like about Janelle. I think, do you see everyone improving every week? I see Janelle is the one that seems to be improving the most.
Yeah, I agree with that because I
Absolutely.
was not on Team Janelle the first couple episodes.
Right.
But now, yeah, I believe so.
And she has the charm and she wants it. That's the difference between her and Kree that I see. Kree, I love Kree, but I think she's coasting a little bit. And just Janelle, this is my chance, y'all. She's just going after it. Pardon the bad impression.
Here's the thing about the both of them, though. When I look at Kree and when I look at Janelle, I think that automatically Janelle's gonna, just by looking at them, that she's gonna have a better voice than Kree does. But that's what I like about Kree is because she surprises me when she opens her mouth.
Yeah.
And Janelle surprises me because it's like, oh, I love you, girl, but I thought you were gonna be a little bit better.
Ooh.
I can see that too.
See, that's
and
what-
putting
You know?
that when they did the duet last week, we saw
Which is
Kree
cool.
handle it too.
And I'm not saying that she's bad because she is absolutely not. But again, it just I wanted a little bit more from it than like from her performance tonight. And again, she did good, but just it didn't like ooh.
It didn't wow you, huh?
Yeah, it didn't wow me, and I wanted it to. I think that's the reason why was because looking at her, I gave her high expectations, and then she didn't let me down, but she just
Wasn't up to par.
Stephanie,
she
you're,
was not
you're
surprised.
surprising me. You know why?
how come?
Because you're judging it on The Voice.
Dun, dun, dun.
Like on their
Wrong show. No, I'm just joking.
You're judging that it's their voice. That's what matters, and that's what this is. It's a singing competition.
Why? It doesn't say singing competition anywhere on this. It says
because-
American
Right,
Idol. It's an
American
idol.
Idol.
And when I spoke to Janelle tonight when she was leaving, I said, hey, and she said,
Oh, let me pick up
hey.
that name
and
you
that was,
dropped.
no, and that was our whole conversation. I was like, hey. She's like, hey.
Are you sure she wasn't like,
All right.
hey?
She was like, hey.
And from that conversation I had, I was like,
I like
wow,
you.
we're cool now. You know
want
what
my
I'm saying?
number?
Next time, maybe a handshake, but
Ooh.
yeah, no, she's got the total package. Her voice doesn't always wow me like I feel about you.
Totally agree. And I think that what you might be saying, JC, is that maybe Kree is too poised and she's not, letting herself kind of go free. Kind of like Janelle is showing so much personality and it's just like we're falling in love with her, and maybe that's why you're thinking that,
She's
she
so
wants
good.
it more. But
She's more
Kree
bubbly.
is so, and Kree's so poised and she's like, okay, I've done this. I've done, I've worked. So I don't know. But I don't think that Kree doesn't want it. So.
Okay, just say. Okay, you reminded me of I'm quoting Devin all episode, I think. He said something very interesting in his interview. He said he didn't care if you won or not. He didn't care if you won Idol because for him nowadays, Idol, if you make it to the top 10, you go on tour, and it's what you do thereafter.
Exposure, yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So with that said, I mean, could it be that just Kree is, this is gonna open it up for her? She's got a dynamic voice, and Janelle wants it. I'm telling you, Janelle wants it, and I agree. She does not have the strongest voice, but she has that it factor.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good point.
Yeah, but I
You get that
I have
one.
to focus on the voices though, because I'm not gonna lie. If I did even make any judgment on any of their personality, I would probably not like some of them because they,
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not gonna say any specific names, but that's
JC.
why I don't like you, JC. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, but yeah, that's the reason why the voice just needs to count.
All right, guys at home, what are you guys thinking? I know, like I said, chat roll, you're watching us live. Hello, guys. If you're not watching us live, make sure to tune in on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, OneCast. Send us your comments. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think? Who's gonna take it? Is Janelle gonna be that dark horse that the chat roll is saying she is? Let us know what you think. And of course, remember, give us 5 stars. It helps keep the lights on here at AfterBuzz for us. So, let us move on to the mountain of controversy, because the internet
is, huh?
He really is. He's a hot button for controversy. So, Lazaro, what did we think tonight?
No.
I thought tonight he was amazing. I thought it was his best performance. His attitude was very Adam Lamberty, and I liked that because I love me some Adam Lambert.
How so?
He had just this fire in him, the way he walked, the way his eyes. It was like a
From-
fierceness.
What was the song "Bad" that he did? The
No.
incredible one that Adam Lambert did.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
song.
Well, no, but I know that's the one
Mad-
that made me compare. Matt, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Just
Mad World.
But,
oh yes.
But that song, everybody knows that song. If you grew up from the Mighty Ducks or just from the band itself, I don't know. He could have done. I think he should have tried to do better.
I feel like he did try to do better. I was like, when he kind of was walking towards the judges and everything, I felt like he had something to prove, and I felt like I
yes.
really connected. I felt like he had a moment. It was cool to see like the stands right by me. It felt like everybody was on Team Lazaro, and I don't know if it was family, friends, or whatever, but it felt like they were rooting. They were rooting for him extra hard. But when he came out to the judges and was kind of walking around, and they were kind of feeling him too, like looking up at him.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, this is the last 2 weeks, I felt like in his solo performance, he's been getting better and finding his niche and getting back to what he's good at. Today, I felt like he had something to prove, and I feel like he proved it.
I agree.
I'm not saying it was amazing,
Right.
but I felt like it was really good, and I was like, wow, he deserves to be on the show.
Okay. Being sensitive to Lazaro and whatnot, I do
why?
think. Well, I was getting there. I was getting there. Violet. I thought this was his best in a few weeks. Absolutely. Awesome. He was on pitch more this week and he remembered the words.
Yay!
But once again, this is not most improved Idol. So I want an American Idol, and I'm just judging him on voice, and it's going to be hard. We're going to get to predictions if he's going to go or not, but I just think there's just so many good singers, and I would hate to see someone that deserves to stay go. So
Totally agree.
Just with that said,
And that's like basically the big question of tonight. I think even he knows it. Is Lazaro going to stay or go? That's the main thing.
and I think he's been seeing that for weeks. That's why you see him lashing out and answering just
Very hostile.
yes, thank you. But yeah, so we'll see. I think he actually I don't know. I don't want to say if he's going to be safe or not. We'll get into predictions.
Yeah.
And you guys send us those watching live. Let us know what you think leading up
Absolutely.
to tomorrow.
All right, what about the trio of the ladies? Okay, single ladies. All right.
Hey.
Amber, Kree, and Janelle.
Nikki
Yes.
said it exactly what she said. I thought like it was boring.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
Stephanie, what?
3 girls. Sorry.
I actually kind of agree with you.
No way, man. I felt like,
Hey, why you gotta play me like that?
first of all, I don't think they get to choose the song, so I don't like when they say, "Hey,
Yeah.
bad song choice on the group stuff." But I feel like it was a good performance. It was fun. I think that it was cool that Amber got a chance to kind of like lead most of the song, and yeah, it was a cool performance. I like how Amber was dressed too, with like some kind of like sexy TLC type stuff she had going on,
looked
like new
cool.
age.
She did.
Yeah,
did.
so all of them together, it wasn't a bad vocal song, but it was.
I just
But
can't-
yeah, but they're not supposed to get judged on this anyways. It's
I know.
filler.
Rio,
This is filler.
exactly.
And they learned the song yesterday. Like, hey, here's the song. Go
That's
sing
the
that
reason
tomorrow.
why it's
Like,
that's too bad that they do that because how are you supposed to? That's like a practice run. Like when you practice a speech and then when you say it the first time, it's not as good as the second time.
Here's the thing.
It's not
Hollywood
fair,
is not easy.
right?
Yes.
I
And
know.
that's what they're showing up.
if it's not easy, why do they put words on the teleprompter?
Well, because that's different, man.
That's the only way they can do 24 hours. They're like, all right, hey, plus it's gonna be karaoke on the
Now, they didn't have prompter for their song, did they?
for the group stuff. Yeah,
Ooh.
They did.
not for the solo performances.
See, I think that's something America wants to hear. That's almost like an AfterBuzz exclusive.
Yeah.
But then,
And that's what I think we've seen it before. I remember watching. I think it was last year. They did like a pan shot. That's when we kind of discovered this for the first time. And you were like, "Wait, did you see the words?" And like they accidentally showed where the prompter was. By the way,
What?
Ryan Seacrest is crazy at reading teleprompter.
He's
man.
a magician. He's
It's
just
ridiculous.
a wizard
Really?
or something.
Yeah.
he went to Hogwarts.
I've-
You didn't know that?
I'm like,
Yes.
I know he had a longer day. Like I feel like I can't even speak tonight because I'm tired. He had a way longer day than me, and he's just on.
And we said that. I mean, Casey, who we had here a few weeks ago, he said that like Ryan does not miss a beat ever, and it's off camera. He's the same. Absolutely, he is pitch perfect.
He's the
That's
Candice
it.
of hosting.
He like stretches out on the side too. He does that.
Oh, does he
stuff.
really?
Yeah, I saw that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
good to know. I'm going to practice that.
Yeah.
Can I ask you one question? If the group lyrics are up there, why has Lazaro been? I'm so confused.
That's true.
Why did he and
Another reason
Maybe
why.
just being in the moment.
In the
I don't know.
moment, interesting.
see that's interesting.
Yeah.
The pressure of the moment. That's what I'm saying because Lazaro was probably the most green singer that
Yes.
they've had this season. I think everyone else has a little seasoning to him. So, you know, the fact that he's missing
Make me
prompter.
hungry right now.
I'm not describing a steak. I'm talking. This is entertainment terms here. No, but yeah. So there's a lot to be said with what Ryan does and just being spot on, and you're paid to perform. So
Yes.
let's move on to Candice.
Oh, Candice.
Candice Glover.
Yes, I get no satisfaction.
We get a lot
Why?
of satisfaction watching her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Smooth.
Hey, she's
no,
just
she was
she's
good.
amazing. That's about it.
That's it. We're
That's
keeping
it.
it
See,
short.
that's why people are forgetting
Exactly.
about her. That's why she's not gonna win. Because
agree.
this song, she
they
came out
used to
there
it, yeah.
and was just
Okay.
wailing. She's just wailing her voice.
And-
So great, like effortless doesn't even apply to Kree. It applies to Candice. The whole performance, and she was into the performance. It was great. But it's expected now. So now she has to like throw some other like tricks in there.
I wasn't blown away, and I'm like, why am I watching this and not going crazy? Because
Yeah.
we see it week after week, and she's just that good.
But you were rocking, Stephanie. You were rocking to Candice, weren't you? Somewhat, or were
No,
you?
I was, but I mean, because she's good, so I guess. But you're right. But it wasn't like after like the other performances, it is what I expected. But you're right. So I'm not gonna deny that because she's cool. Like I like anyone who is gonna make me want to sing with them.
Okay, so
know?
she made you do that.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you know what it was? She made me remember that song. Like for what it is, for what it originated from and everything. So I was happy that she was one who made me think of the rock for the genre that they were doing tonight, like the focus.
Would you go
I
to her
like that.
concert?
Would I go to her? Yeah. You're right, because I would totally go to Kree's over hers.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
see,
I agree.
That is a
Okay.
great question. I'm going to throw that out actually to everyone that's watching. whose concert would you go to out of the remaining 7 contestants? Hit us back on iTunes and YouTube.
Yeah, top 2
But
maybe.
that also goes with what style of music you like. I'd go to Janelle's and Kree's concert.
Not necessarily. I think there's some people that I would just go watch even though I don't like their style.
No, yeah, absolutely, because
For
of
the
their
experience.
performances.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the thing is that I think in American Idol, Candice is like on point. But I think that, let's say if she were to win, I could compare her to too many different artists. So that's the only thing, because now when I'm watching the show, like I do like to think like, okay, let's say that they did win. And now let's think about their actual competition, who they're going to be selling albums against. And that's when it's
Well,
where I'm like,
who would you
what-
compare her to?
Her?
Yeah, like her stuff.
She reminds me a little bit of Jennifer Hudson, but because of the wailing, because Jennifer Hudson does that, she likes to do that. But the thing is that if I compare her to Jennifer Hudson, I'm gonna say someone else is better, you know. And I'd rather not say that. But like with Kree, I don't know who I would want to compare her to. So then it's like anytime that there's someone's new, like when Adele first came out, everyone's like, oh, like, you know, that she's got it's something you kind of want to get into a little
Yeah,
bit.
something different.
And it's past. That type of music, I feel like we're going into so many different types of music that these people and artists are coming up with, that we need something new, something fresh.
All
We
right.
need some Kree.
Chat, well, and the chat roll agrees. They're saying Krees, you know, Kree exclamation point. So, see, so she's really standing out. So we'll see. All right. So, Candice was Candice, and okay. I even wrote in my notes. Candice, my difference between Candice and Kree is that Candice is fire every week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every week she does bring a fire.
Yeah.
So, I'm all confused.
Yeah.
This season's got me.
If I saw this performance for the first time and never seen Candice before, I'd be
Blown
going
away.
crazy right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, no, but what about Amber? Let's move on to Amber.
Amber.
Who I thought would struggle this week with Rock Week because she sings the ballads.
Yeah.
There was no ballads this week, supposedly. and-
Supposedly.
Well, okay, what about Love by Heart? Is it a ballad?
You know what? I was so excited to see Amber doing an up-tempo song and not the cheesy thing she did in the trio. And I was so disappointed because it's what Amber has been doing for the past how many weeks. It was a much slower I would say, well, I want to say like mid-tempo, ballad to mid-tempo. And I mean, she just sounded the same like she does every week. And I was just,
So it wasn't.
it was great.
It
She
wasn't,
did
it was-
just really look good though.
she was
Which is and that was the thing.
amazing.
So, I mean,
Whoa.
But I mean, it's a rock song. I like, I mean, you know, that's the thing. Maybe she shouldn't be so versatile. Like even when Jessica Sanchez came out and sang with Neo, I would prefer her doing what she's best at, just like her. And then the fact that she got so high, it's ridiculous that she can sing that
Yeah.
high. And for the most part, just killing every single thing. So I think this was a great song. We've seen the song done, I think, on every singing show. But I felt like she was just amazing, and she showed something that I didn't even know. Like those Whitney moments were ridiculous.
She
The
does
Mariah
so
moments.
beautiful when she sings like that.
So
Absolutely.
I think because I underestimate her still, that's why I'm still blown away when she sings. Where Candice, like we said, I'm used to it. So
Yeah.
tonight I was wild. I was just like engaged the whole time.
Yeah. See, I agree because I think for her, it was the most foreign week because she's the balladeer. She's the R&B girl. Let's say Bernell, Amber, and Lazaro, I thought they would have the most challenging week this week. And I thought she did really well, so much so that it was so foreign for her. So the journey that for her to put herself out in this song, let's say Bernell looked uncomfortable singing Bon Jovi. She did not.
No.
And I think that's going to help her out.
Yeah.
That it shows her versatility. See, I think that's going to help her out because she gets lost between the Kree and the Candice and the Angies.
But now she's the dark
Yeah.
horse. I feel like she's been the dark horse the whole time, and she's starting to surface now. And I really, I don't know. And she's looking like each week. I think she's
Hotter
19,
and
so I can say that
hotter.
she's sexy is
Good, that should be happening.
yeah, each week, man. And like
The versatility is gonna help her though, because you know what? I appreciate anyone who that means that she loves all music. Like I
Yeah.
can't stand an artist who says, no, I don't really like that. Why not? Because
Yeah.
you should love all of it. So that's why it's important for her to be able to feel anything.
and she's gonna get better too, man.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
19, and I think she's just gonna get better and better.
And going back to the very beginning when we had spoken about the demographic of choosing the songs, I think that's going to help also. So I bet you if she had grown up, well, she said she had heard it from that commercial and everything, so she had some kind of a, connection to it. But if it was a song that was something that if they did Justin Timberlake or anyone else, they're like, oh, that's my jam. And there's a different way that you're going to sing a song that you know rather than one that you have to learn.
Yeah.
Because that takes time. So that's the only disadvantage I think that a lot of them have. But she did do great for being her age and not being in her comfort zone.
All right, I'll let you guys think about this for a second. Just a second. Is she the most commercial artist left?
Second.
All right.
Interesting.
Who do you think is more
I
commercial?
think I know who you're thinking of.
I think it's close.
This is not the guessing game. Let me know.
I honestly think Janelle is the most commercial.
Yeah.
She has
Great point.
everything
But-
going for her.
Actually, I feel, you know what? But today I'm starting to see that. I'm starting to see it each week.
Yeah.
I think, look at that smile, man. She's got, Crest White Strips commercial. Let's go.
No, you know what she has? She has that, I mean, no offense to it, but that gap thing,
Like the Michael Strahan gap?
Yeah, it's a uniqueness. There's some random models who have that, but
For sure, yeah.
there's a saying that people used to say, girls with gaps are freaks. Not that she's a freak, but it gives her, it adds.
Martin heard that before. Martin says it a lot. He always tells me that.
I have it tattooed on my arm.
Oh my, where is the show going?
No, it adds. That's cute to me because I like that she isn't so Janelle, she's so perfect and she's so sweet. And she has a little bit of swag, which is kind of what we're all into right now. So I appreciate that.
She's
part
coming
of
into her own too now with the style too.
And that's the
That's
best part
true.
because she is young, so she's only going to get better. Because 19 is a worst age for a female, so just wait, girl.
There we go.
Oh no, 14 was pretty bad for me.
We have time. Let's hear about it.
Women tips aside, let us move on to actually Stephanie's favorite, Angie.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, okay.
I'm just kidding too. Sorry for that face. I just pulled a Nikki.
Don't worry, I've been giving that face all
Okay, and
show.
It's funny you guys are bringing this up because there's actually there's the Idol drinking game. And we do not actually endorse, drinking while watching Idol, but this is just something I read on the forums. Every time Nikki rolls her eyes, you have to take a drink. Every time Mariah does something with her arms, you have to take a
Darling.
drink.
Darling.
Yes.
What about the dog?
And the dog, any Randyism. And
You're in it to win it.
And usually, and then the next pollster said basically everyone will end up with alcohol poisoning within 15 minutes of the show because that's all they do is the Nikki eye roll. And Nikki,
It's a successful game,
This is how
everyone.
Nikki sits. I'm gonna sit like Nikki the rest of the show. No offense, Steph.
Okay, I'll say like Mariah.
Okay, all right. So what did you guys think of Angie?
I thought she was absolutely awful. No, I'm just kidding. I had to just sound like her. No, she wasn't awful, but
She sang Evanescence.
She sang Evanescence
Ay,
though.
ay,
Everyone that's Evanescence. That's a song. I remember my sister did a dance to that, and I'm like, I just want to sing it. And she's you could tell she could have hit higher notes. I feel like. But
Did you think the song
has-
was too big? Was the song too big for Angie?
I guess because the way she performed it, but she has potential. So I don't know why
I think Violet
know
really
she's
wants to
saying
chime in. Okay, Violet.
It's too bad.
Oh my gosh, Angie. Okay, you don't take on Evanescence when you do not have that powerful of a voice.
Or if she's not
Evanescence,
feeling
that
it, yeah.
song is just not from a different world. And Angie made it, she kind of did her little small voice trying to hit the high notes.
Yeah.
And it just was not working. She didn't hit all the notes.
I couldn't stand that.
You're waiting for her to take it there, and she just cut it off. And I didn't like it at all. And the judges keep saying, "Oh, her original song." Okay, she's not gonna sing her original song every single week. They need to get over it and move on.
Yeah.
You heard it live, Mark. So
Yeah. What I think she looked epic. I felt like when she was sitting down and starting using those cool parts of her voice that was really good. I didn't feel like she was cutting off the big notes. I think the big stuff I felt like she was hitting really well. That song, just as far as a singing song with the low stuff, I felt like that was kind of boring. You had to wait till she got to the big stuff. I didn't feel like she was cutting off.
But she was keeping it safe. She wasn't cutting it off.
Very
She was
safe,
just
yeah.
She was just doing what
On the big notes?
What? Yeah.
I didn't feel like that.
No, I think she did. She looked great. She looked banging tonight.
And I think I
But-
the whole set and everything too with hers and Amber's, the whole backdrop with the rain and then hers was going crazy too, and where she was standing up on the little soapbox, whatever they call it, with the smoke. Like, she had some epic moments. Her voice, just on the low stuff, it was kind of boring, but that's just because of how the song is written. So I feel like unless you're going to make it intimate on the piano, like we love seeing her, when you try to do something like this, I feel like the big stuff was the most powerful, and like the big note at the end, I thought it was really good.
I think you guys pretty much covered it all. All I would love to say is, Angie, if you took our advice since week 2, if you just sing the same song from Hollywood Week every week, you'd have this thing done and done.
She still has it. You know why? Because the crowd erupted after her performance. Even though it wasn't her best performance, it wasn't even her top 3, but she did have some good moments where you saw, wow, that her voice is really special. The crowd went bananas after her performance and stayed like. That's why Nikki had to do like the and scene crowd. So they're still on her side. I feel like she's still number 1,
You're right.
and she's still gonna win it.
Mickey sure did do that.
But has she been number 1 when they've been saying who's been number 1?
Has it? Oh, they don't tell you who's number 1. They say top 3, don't they?
Has she been
I've
top
been watching.
3?
I've been watching the Thursday show.
I just love the fact that you guys are disagreeing right now, and this is what creates a great show, because everyone is divided. I mean, even the chat roll is saying, "Oh, Mark, you're saying a 10? Who
I
gets?"
think as an artist,
please.
she's a 10. I just found this.
You just happen to find a number
I was gonna put
10.
a 9, but there's only an 8 and a 6 that I have, so I'm gonna.
It feels like I'm watching Splash on ABC right now instead of
So
American Idol.
during the breaks, Mariah has a guy that comes and fans her. Like
Oh,
this.
I love that. That is so Mariah.
Oh, she is. I was just telling her today that
You
she's
love
so
that?
elegant and she's so
So does
fabulous.
Martin
She's so
during our
fabulous.
breaks.
Mariah Carey, I would fan her.
I would fan her.
I would be like, do you want like a bamboo leaf?
It was bamboo leaf, yeah. Right. No, I'm just joking. No, in between takes,
wish.
Martin comes and fans Violet
Butterfly
too.
wings?
So
Let me
same
fan you
thing,
with
there's
butterfly
that.
wings.
Oh my gosh, she oozes fabulousness.
So yeah, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. We know that Angie is extremely talented. Actually, both of them are. But as each week, it's not easy in this competition to show your best parts of your voice the whole time. So, her strong suit maybe isn't song choice, but she's still gonna win the whole.
You know what? I'm on a final note, but as we wrap up this episode, I'm really glad that we've straightened it out for America.
We really have just made
We've
it clear.
confused everybody.
Once again, it was a pretty good episode, I'm going to say, because
Yeah.
we're divided. The fact that you went and it was pretty much what
Yeah, it
we...
was different. It was different, man. I didn't expect that.
Okay.
Awesome.
So with that said, I think maybe we should move on to some newsy, gossipy stuff. Do you got
Ooh.
something for us?
I got a little some. Okay, so Keith Urban,
Heard of
our
him.
wonderful judge, is going on tour, and he will be in Los Angeles on September 27th at the Staples Center. And if you guys listen to Go Country 105, they are giving away free tickets. So
Ooh.
listen to their show, listen to the station, 105.1,
Love
and
it.
you can win yourself some tickets.
Very nice. All right, so let's see. I think...
LA Live, the Staples Center is at LA Live.
Oh, really? Nice. All right, no, I've got a few quick little, like 10-second blurbs of news. And there could have been a kind of white guy with a guitar that could have won this season.
Whoa, what?
Yep, I said it correctly.
A kind of white guy.
Yes, because for the last 5 seasons, it's the WGWG, the white guy with guitar that have won Idol. From Philip Phillips to...
What? Say it again.
Philip Phillips?
There you go.
Sorry.
Smooth.
Thank you.
I can't talk tonight either.
JC, you don't
Come
I don't
on.
speak Spanish. What?
Uh-oh. I think Martin's even starting to some music, but... Okay,
No, that's the news music.
Oh, is that the news
The
music?
soundboard finally
Ah,
worked.
thank
It wasn't
you,
working, my bad.
Sandboard.
It's still,
No worries,
it's still
man.
not working.
Okay, so, now, here's the blurb. The kind of white guy with the guitar is Devin. Devin plays guitar, plays piano. He just didn't, he said he
Kinda
was
white?
saving it.
But he's kind of white.
Saving it.
Well, because he's not white. He's Hispanic,
Right.
so that's why I said the kind of white guy, so.
Yeah, but
okay.
it's, he should.
We're kinda
He saved,
Saving
he
it?
saved
Who
way too much.
does
he
that?
He saved, yeah, he said he did not bust out the guitar in time, I guess.
That's the thing. All right, going back to baseball, my dad would say, "Listen, we have to worry about the whole tournament, but you have to win the first game to get to the next game." So,
Thank you.
use your Spanish, use your piano, use your
Yes.
guitar,
Use
man.
everything you
absolutely,
have.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
Especially if there's another language. Are you kidding me?
Shout out to my dad. There you go.
Shout out to Hispanics.
All right.
Rodriguez.
And here we go. And we have another thing here. A girl will definitely win Idol this season, and that was said by Bernell.
Ooh.
Yes. And he's still in the competition. Come on, I mean.
That's cool. That's
Is he-
confidence right there.
Is he pushing for Candice to win?
No, he
They're
did-
BFFs?
No,
Or Amber, his girl.
Or Amber.
He's his boo, yeah, of course.
No, he did not. Actually, what all he said was that he hopes that he can just be standing beside whoever
Aww,
will be at the finale.
that is adorable.
And maybe he's just good at math because there's 2 and 5. Like that's just logic.
Possibly.
But he's. Do you think they'll save him?
I don't. We'll get into that. Well, all right.
Prediction.
They have to use.
Maybe that's
They
what
have
he's
to
doing,
use that
but-
save.
They have to. They don't have to, but they have to use it
the next 2
before
weeks?
top 5. So the next 2 weeks. So whoever's going home, they have to use the save, or if they want to use it.
So that means they could use it on. Well, we don't know. Wait, we'll get into predictions in a
Yeah.
second. I
You
just
have more
want to
news
finish
stuff?
up
Yeah, sorry.
with one last news thing.
Got excited.
And that tomorrow night Idol is starting something new to the show, and it's. Let me see if I got the name right. My English is not very good. Let's see. It's actually a new function. I can't read it on my notes, but it's basically when someone gets sent home tomorrow, you're actually going to get their reaction afterwards. So the cameras are going to follow them, and it's going to be a lead into the 9 o'clock show on Fox. I don't know if they're trying to have viewers go into their 9 p.m. shows, but it's just going to go an extra step so you really get to see what the eliminated contestant goes through as they're sent home. They used to do it online, and now they're going to do it for us to see. And they're supposed to roll that out tomorrow night.
I
So,
like that.
Yeah, so stay
Cheers.
tuned for that.
Yeah.
And yes, and that's it for our newsy, gossipy stuff. So let's wrap it up with some predictions.
Man.
Now, your AfterBuzz.
All right, now, Stephanie, we do something a little differently on our Idol. We don't necessarily say who's going to go home right off the bat. We like to start off with the positive. And we like to talk about who was your favorite singer tonight. And we'll start with the lovely Violet. Violet, who's your
Ooh.
fave tonight?
I mean, time and time again, Kree is just out of this world. And I did love Janelle this week. Love, love, love Janelle. And I'm going to say Lazaro, too.
Really? Okay. How am I not surprised?
Thinking in my chair. Lazzy. He was just so cute today.
Okay, Mark.
My top performance was Amber.
Wow.
I went with Amber.
How about you, Stephanie? Who's your favorite tonight?
I'm gonna go with Amber and Kree. I liked them. They were
Cramber.
Cranberry.
Cranberry. What?
Kree and
Very
Amber.
nice.
Yeah, no, I liked them a lot. Kree especially. That's my girl.
See, she's got.
Yeah, I could dig her.
Welcome to the Kree Nation.
Yes.
Freedom.
Nice. All right. So
What about you?
I hate it when I agree with you guys because Amber.
Really?
Amber.
All right.
Yeah, I like.
Dang.
She wins the whole thing,
I
man.
like
She wins
her.
the whole thing.
It's just if
Amber's
you're
cool.
watching the whole show, just what she did this week, I just tip my cap to her, and I hope America does the same.
Yes.
Are you holding back
of
tears
course.
right now?
Slightly. Okay, who's going home? We're getting the exit music. So who's going home?
I'm gonna start with your boy. Yeah.
He's out peace?
Yeah,
And they're not going to save him?
They're not. Sorry, dude. Ciao, papito, because you're out.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. That was so mean. But in the after show, the new one that they're coming out with, I'm sure you're going to be doing great and not scooping ice cream anymore.
There we go. Now, Violet.
Well, on that note, okay. I think Lazaro might go home, but I don't want him to, so I'm gonna go with Amber, just because she's not just to go against you guys.
Are they going to save her?
They will save her.
then-
She's gonna go home, and she's gonna get out, and they're gonna save her, and there you go.
That's a smart. Oh my gosh, that's actually fantastic. Do you agree?
No. But just because she said it. No, I think that Bernell and I picked it correctly last week, so I'm on a roll here.
You are.
Once. But yeah, I think that Bernell is gonna be the one sent home, but they're gonna save him, and then bye to Lazaro next week. But yes.
I hate it when I agree. Yeah, I think they're going to use the save on Bernell.
Oh, high
Yes.
five.
But you know what would make a better show is that if Amber was in the bottom.
Yeah.
Even though I thought she was the best, that would be awesome. If Amber's in the bottom and they save her,
Yes.
that would be the perfect excuse for the save.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
That'd be cool.
would
with
be
that said,
awesome.
we're wrapping up another show. So, where can they find you, Mr. Mark Allen?
Oh, find me everywhere, Mark E. Allen.
And Violet?
On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Violet Kanian.
Now, Stephanie, we like to give out our tweets so that our fans can follow us and
Yeah, of
talk idol with us.
course.
Where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, under Stephanie Giorgi. That is for the listeners, it's like Giorgio Armani without the O in the end.
I like that.
Giorgi.
That's like algebra. Wow, that's tough.
Or by Steffi G. That's the good username.
We like Steffi G. All right.
Steffi G, there
And
you
Martin,
go.
where can they find you?
In Hawaii.
All right.
I'm getting on a plane and I'm leaving for Kauai tomorrow. So
I'm
if any
going
AfterBuzzers are out there, find me and I'll buy you a beer or a soda depending on your age.
That is the
Aloha,
best
brother.
clothes ever. Nice. And you can find me at JC Rubio TV on Instagram and also Twitter. Yeah, the everyday man stuff, it just got too confusing. So, for Mark, Violet, Stephanie, Martin, I'm JC, and we are the American Idol After Show. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.